Hello everybody, this is Henry here from Mid-Century Model Works, coming to you from this rainy day here at the Fortress of Solitude. I wanted to run something by you here. I'm going to be starting a new segment, and I got this idea from Tim Brown from watching his videos over at Throttle Power. Now whenever a new issue of Model Cars magazine comes out, he'll lay it out and go through it page by page. And that got me thinking. I said, you know, I've got a pretty good collection of Scale Auto Enthusiast magazine, and so some of these younger folks that are coming up never really knew what that was, or they either got in on it at the tail end. So what we're going to do is take a journey through time and go back to 1980. Now the magazine came out in '79. Now I've only got 2 issues of 1980, but I'm working on getting the rest of them. So we're going to go through the 80s and into the 90s, because that's when I was really collecting the magazine. So we're going to, each week we're going to take one magazine, go through it cover to cover, and let you see how things have progressed over time. Now the techniques haven't really changed that much, but you'll see things like when airbrushes first came online, just certain tools, and you'll see certain tricks and tips that are really not you using them today, but thanks to this magazine is why you've got those tips and tricks. So we're gonna climb into our DeLorean and we're gonna punch it all the way back to 1980. So this is the May and June issue. So stick around. Okay folks, today we're looking at the number 7th issue of Scale Auto Enthusiast for May and June of 1980. And the special feature is how to opening doors on models. So let's just open this thing up and take a trip back in time. So here we see we got the Collector's Toy Fair. And where was that at? Let's see. Okay. At the Lucas County Recreation Center at that Maumee or Mamie, Ohio. I wonder if that place is even still there. If you happen to be from that area, let me know. Here we have the scale mail. That's where people would, before the days of internet, you would have to send it in. You would actually have to sit down and write a letter and talk to them that way. So those days are long gone. Oh yeah, this is something interesting. Airbrush to gallery finalists. Alright, you see this airbrush right here? Most modelers today would not be caught dead with one of these types of airbrushes. But back then, that was the bomb. That was basically all we had. So now you can come over here and get your Scale Auto magazine, get a 2-year subscription for $22. Heck, I think one magazine's almost that now. Alright. Now we're looking over here. I've seen this. I remember this one from back in the day. It had a Close Encounters theme on it. It had the road right there, the long highway. If you've ever been through Kansas, or Arizona or whatever, you'll recognize these kind of highways that they just go on and on and on. Yep. And then there's the little mural on that side that's got the Devil's Tower. So, yep, this thing was made up of several different cars. It was a Pacer, but yet it had the Trans Am back end on it. So that was a neat little ride. And you had Tom Gaffney here. He was the model doctor. You would write your letters into him, and he would give the cure for it. Oh, looky here, we got the Lake Michigan Model Car Club. You got all these nice little builds here. Look, you actually got people attending the meetings. Wow, that's neat. Nice little dump truck there. This was a section that dealt with super small cars, say like Matchbox size. There's more over here. Ah, Dinky Toys. Ooh, let's see what we got coming up here. Oh yeah, Dean Milano. Used to, he would you could write to him and he would build stuff for you. And let's see, yeah. This Ford motorhome was built by Milano in 3 weeks' time. He will contract to do work for others at the rate of $5 an hour. It says it takes about 15 hours to build a Mack truck out of the box, and at least 3 weeks to complete a Ford motorhome. Wow. This right here, making a 51 Ford ragtop from an AMT 50 convertible kit was no easy task, says Dean. The grill alone is made up of 16 separate pieces. Wow. And we are moving on. Let's see here. Okay, for 1980, this is when bare metal foil was just coming out. Yeah. Excuse me. For someone with rather unsteady hand, one of the biggest frustrations in a modeler's life is having to paint the chrome trim on cars. Sometimes I could do a passable job. Let's not talk about those other times at all. However, no matter how good a hand you had at painting the trim, you still ended up with trim that looked like it was painted on. It just didn't have the snap of chrome. About 5 years ago, that all changed as I discovered a product called bare metal foil. This foil is self-adhesive and ultra thin. Application is easy and fun instructions come on the package. This foil is so thin you can cover things like emblems on cars. Alright, so this is 80, 79, 78, 76, 75, so it'd be 74 is when bare metal came out. Wow, okay. That is some wild stuff. And here we have guy doing a build of an RX-7, and he's opening, showing you how to open up the doors and stuff. So a lot of the techniques that we still use today, we were doing way back then. I mean, a lot of the stuff has gotten better, but the technology and the process is basically the same. Now, one thing I liked about this is he did the hatchback that lifted up, and that's showing how to make the hatchback hinges. It's got a little pin that goes through it. I'll show it to you right over here somewhere. Yeah, you see these little tiny hatchback hinges? They go right in here. There they are. That's pretty cool. Old Mark Gustafson. He was a huge contributor to this magazine for many, many years. I'm not going to sit here and read all this to you guys. Okay, so he used the 427 engine, made it to a front wheel drive unit. Wow, front wheel drive, okay. Well, that's odd. Okay. There's the Dan Gurney car. So we can see all that. Here we go into some tow truck stuff here. You got the big boy right there. Looks like that was made out of a van. That's an old Dodge truck. Scrap box. Model of the month, Z28. Modeling the old classics. This is the kind of stuff that's right up Matt Inman's alley here, right here. Sort of looks like the 31 that I'm working on right now. I tell you, that Johann kit, that thing's been giving me fits. Ah, look here, folks. You can build you a spray booth for under $20. It is 2 foot by 3 foot. Connected to the dryer vent in the wall. There's an article by Mark Gustafson. A putty thrower. See, in these early magazines, you had a lot of reading to do. Alright, so coming up in the next issue, Richard Petty's 64 Plymouth. I know somebody who might have been interested in that. He may have that magazine, I don't know. But I've only got 2 issues from 1980. I'm working on getting the others. Let's see what we have here on the coming events. May 3rd, Vintage Toy Company presents a major West Coast toy auction. Alright, also on May 3rd. Oh, okay. That was in Hagenberger, Oakland, California. Hagenberger Road, okay. Oakland, California. Let's see, the 7th annual Midwest Miniature Vehicle and Toy Show at the DuPage County Fairgrounds in Wheaton, Illinois. May the 11th was the 17th annual International Cavalcade of Toys at the Knights of Columbus Hall, North Mountain Road, Newington, Connecticut. Is it Newington? Newington, Connecticut. Okay. June 8th, Collector's Cavalcade of Toys at the Dearborn Civic Center, Dearborn, Michigan. Then on June 15th, you got the Buffalo Model Car and Old Toy Show, a summer meet in Towanda, New York. And let's see, July 6th was the 16th Collector's Toy Fair at the Lucas County Recreation Center in Maumee, Ohio. And July the 20th was the 2nd annual Farm Toy Family Picnic and Swap at the Larry Kiefer Farm in LaFontaine, Indiana. All right. And then here we have all the miscellaneous stuff right here. It was like the Craigslist of modeling back then. It was stuff you needed. Let's say, let's take this one for example. Any 1/25th MPC kit from 1970 to 75 or Johann. am interested in promotional models also. Then it gives his name and address right there. He's in Cincinnati, Ohio. Wonder how old he is now, or if he's even around. And you got literature, die-cast stuff wanted. Then here's an ad for the Badger airbrush. Again, it's one of those siphon feed. Oh, and this one's got the pump with it instead of the little can. Okay, and these are the back issues. So now I've got this one, but I don't have that one, and I don't have the 79s. 79s are hard to find. I mean, you can find them, but you're going to pay a good deal for them. Well, folks, that concludes the issue. That concludes the 1980 May and June issue, edition number 7, Scale Auto Enthusiast. So, folks, hope you enjoyed that little trip back in time. I'm going to try to go through my stash and take these one at a time if we can. So, alright folks, I'm going to get back to building, and y'all take care.